Day 1 we managed to get here, take the transmission out, the drive shaft, and notice that some parts of the bearing are missing. Also the transmission mount bolt was loose. It looks like one transmission bolt was loose and the second one was missing completely, so I probably lost it long time ago. Yeah, first success of the day, and the new bearing went in. I freezed it for a few hours, a bit too short, but managed to do it. And for now I stopped doing the clutch because I want to reseal the oil sump, and I had to jack up the engine under the clutch housing. Yeah. So yeah, let's do something else now. New style pressure plate, or whatever it's called. Looks like the new clutch feeling would be much better than the old one. And the disc is exactly the same. Oil pickup also loose. Yeah. On this way I think it should be like that, but not really that way. The nut is loose. Good stuff, good stuff. Day 4 of the uneven fight. Oh, it took me whole day yesterday to clean this oil sump. The amount of sand and old oil, the red RTV on it was insane. Also I found some pretty severe scratches inside of it, like, you know, like the chunks of metal were in there for quite a long time, but I found no metal whatsoever, so that must have been some old stuff. So the engine had quite a tough life before, so I've not really a big fan of the cork gaskets, but that's what it had, so I've used the same stuff. So we've got RTV on the sump, then the cork gasket, then some grease, and I let it sit overnight. But I think it still will be leaking like a motherfucker, because I need to jack up the engine, so I will use the sump as a jacking point to refeed the clutch and transmission. So yeah, it will be, I hope it will be leaking a bit less than before. New clutch fitted. To align it properly, you know what I mean. I've used 2 sockets taped together, 11, 21. This fits the pilot bearing, this fits the inside of the clutch where the the transmission goes in. It wasn't perfect, but it's better than nothing. And I did check the clutch disc and the pressure plate. How do they look all around? And it looks even, so I will call it good enough until it explodes. Also only 6 5.8 bolts holding it together. Day 5 of this 2-day job. So it looks like the new fork, it's too long and it was hitting the cross member, so I had to modify it slightly, but I'm not able to really adjust the clutch because this rod is either too long or something's wrong with it. I'm not able to buy this spring anywhere locally. I did buy the new spring for the release bearing because that's the new one and that's the old one, and the new one was too long and didn't create any tension, so I was able to buy this one locally, new one, and it helped a lot. It even looks like the clutch actually works. I've tested it briefly, but there's like no feeling of the clutch whatsoever. I'm not sure if it's because of the spring or it's out of the it's not adjusted properly, whatever. What I'm sure of is I will take a break for the weekend, and maybe I'll have some genius idea how to do it so it works and holds everything together. Yeah. Oh, so far oil didn't leak, but the car was started maybe for 2 minutes, so maybe it needs a few more minutes to start leaking. Record myself fucking dying. Fuck off. Okay. So it took me 6 days, and it should take like 2 days. Not surprised at all. It took me 2 days to adjust the clutch, and it failed anyway because the new clutch fork was simply too long and it wasn't possible to adjust it. The guy who sold me the clutch kit and swear that it will be correct didn't answer his phone, so I decided to use the old fork which was welded, and so far it works. I've ordered the correct one and I will keep it as a spare for him. The last I did some test drives and it all worked, so I decided to finally change the oil in the diff and in the gearbox, and I will maybe replace the clutch release bearing spring with the correct one. So to sum up, in the old clutch the pilot bearing and the release bearing were both shot. The pilot bearing was in pieces. The clutch disc, no material left. The clutch pressure plate or whatever it's called, it was dead also. But now it's really easy to put it in the gear, but it's really hard to depress the clutch, so I will try to adjust it better with time. So far the oil pan keeps the oil and there's no leak, but my eyeballs lied to me and there's a really bad leak from the rear main seal, which I didn't replace because I was like almost sure that only the oil pan is leaking, and there is no chance now that I will drop the gearbox again just to seal in, so it has to stay like this. And yeah, we'll now put the oil in the transmission, in the diff, pack all my stuff, and I'll go back home tomorrow, hopefully without any issues. I don't know how much I recorded. I think it wasn't much. That was supposed to be the first real video on the channel, so that part failed because I was too busy suffering with this to even remember about the content. Maybe it will get better with time, probably not. So there's still a lot to do with this pile. So soon we'll try to fix the cab a bit. Plus we'll try to detach the bed from the cab, because now back of the cab serves as it's like connected to the bed, and it gets really bashed up with time. So to clean it now, because I ran out of brake cleaner, I will use the Naturat, which simply is a vodka with color. You can take a sip if you are thirsty. It even smells nice. Oh, it smells so good. But if you are not a Slav, you won't be able to digest it and you will simply go blind. You can drink it, but I'm not drinking it only because I drive, so it's not nice to drink and drive, remember. I'm really cheap, so I bought only 2 plugs, so I'm putting them at the top, because you can always suck out the oil from the top, check the level, etc. You basically just need the top plug to do it all. Let's see if the thread is correct. Doesn't look correct really. The old ones I had to use the tape, and I think the thread in the housing is fucked, so despite the new plug I use a bit of tape. Okay. is like these weird bottles will work nicely because I didn't take my oil pump. Oil looks nice. It's a surprise. It probably has less than 5,000 kilometers. So it should be nice. But this one was properly fucked. Man. Someone used a chisel to tighten it or untighten it at some point, for sure. How much is this? Oh, it's not even 1 liter. Yeah, great strategy. Don't record yourself while doing the catch. Record yourself while changing the oil. Because everyone wants to see that, for sure. Always over tighten stuff for the next guy, even if you are the next guy. Just to go. What do they want me to do? Cut it. Cut it with what? Oh, come on. Huh? Fuck yeah. Oh, it starts great. That's what I wanted. Fucking hate the gear oil. I always wonder how they manage so it smells so horribly compared to other oils. Like, what's different? messy mess. We'll see about that. It's full, it shouldn't be full. Well, I guess this garage is not really level. It should take more than 1 liter. So normally I would let it drip out and to keep only as much as it wants, but I know it takes more than that. So we'll go the wrong way. Okay, so that's it, I guess. We'll do the transmission now, but it's more of the same. Maybe I will record how I replace the spring. Maybe it will take my eye out. This will be great to watch. Okay, see you.